Hello, I'm Karen, and today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how to crochet what I'm going to call a memory flower. The reason why I'm doing this, it is Father's Day, and this is my first Father's Day without my dad. He did actually pass away late last year, and I know I've never spoken about it, so I kind of think I'm ready. So I just thought, when you want to make a memory, these are lovely little things to do. Okay, so I'm just going to put these to one side. So I'm just using my 4mm crochet hook and just leftover bits of double knit yarn. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin with, I'm beginning with a twist on my hook, and we're going to do a chain of 2. So that's 1, 2. In the first chain we're going to work 6 single crochet if you're in the US, and they're double crochet if you're in the UK. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then you're going to slip stitch or single crochet to the very first stitch to join. Now I don't pull my tail end off at this point, I leave that on. I'm going to use a darker blue this time just so that we can try and see what we're doing. So if we look to where you've just done your slips, where you've slip stitched into that stitch, you're not going to work into that stitch because that was that one there, so you're going to work into the next one along. Okay, and we're just going to just pull the yarn through, and for this one we're going to do a chain of 2. Then we're using the treble crochet stitch if you're in the UK, or the double crochet stitch if you're in the US. I'm going to do 2 of those and chain 2 and slip stitch into the same stitch. Sorry, I just got myself tangled up there. And then I'm just going to slip stitch into the next one and repeat this. So it's chain 2 and work 2 stitches into there, chain 2 and slip stitch back into the same space. And we're going to do that so we end up with a total of 6 petals. But yeah, I just wanted just to say that today I just feel yep, I know that it's hard for everybody, the first of some things without somebody that they used to have in there, and I just know how you feel. Well, I know how I feel, and I assume that people have similar sorts of feelings, and you go through ups and downs of your emotions. So, whoops, I've gone into there. I know that in life we just have to, especially in Britain, we are put on a big brave face, you know, that's it, just keep on going. And sometimes you just don't want to, actually, you just want to just say, do you know what, leave me alone. But I have obviously still kept on going. I still keep doing my day job. I've still been trying to do my YouTube videos, and yep, so here we are. I've got my 5 petals. Now the last petal I'm going to do is actually in that stitch where we sort of looped it there, we left it alone. So you're just going to go into there, still work your stitch. You can fasten off if you wanted to, if you prefer, you know, with that first round, but then you've got to rejoin again to do the next bit. So it is actually easier to do it all as one. There, and then chain 2 and slip stitch. And at this point we're going to cut off the blue. Make sure you leave yourself enough of a tail end to be able to sew in. And I'm just going to just pull that through, just the hole where I've been doing the actual petal, pull that through to the back. Oh, I've split my yarn. There. Now I'm going to pick up the very first yarn, she says, without getting, make sure I've got the correct tail end, because if you pick up the wrong tail end, you're going to have to undo it. So then we're going to slip stitch into that next stitch there. Now for the simplest version, I'm just going to show you how to, so you're just going to just start to make the stalk. But if you want to do the outer bits, we're going to slip stitch into the next petal there, and then do a chain of 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right in the middle of your posts, in the middle of your flower, slip stitch there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way back round and into the same space where you've been doing your flower, your petal, sorry, and then slip stitch into the bottom of the next petal and do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch into the middle of the posts, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do one more and then I'm going to pause the video just so that I can get round to the other side, otherwise, because I'm sure you don't want to just keep hearing me counting all the way to the 2, 4, all the way through. And so I'm just going to do this one, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm just going to pause. What I'll do is that when I get back to this last bit there, I'm going to stop there and I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so just hang on. Okay, so I've made it all the way back round to the other side of the flower and it's looking like this at this moment in time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slip stitch back into that slip stitch that I did prior into there. Then you're going to do a chain of 2, and in the first chain make the single crochet stitch if you're in the US, or it's a double crochet stitch if you're in the UK. Now what you want you to do is on that stitch you've got like a little bit of a loop there right at the very side, and to go into there and do yourself another single crochet stitch. So that's 2, and the same thing again, so that's 3, and then into this one here. So this one I'm going to do 2 of them, so this is going to be actually stitch number 4 and number 5. You can make your stem longer obviously if you want to, I'm just showing you for the sake of the video. And then I'm going to slip stitch all the way back up the chain there, so that's 2, 3, 4, and my 5th stitch is going right back into the middle just there. And then I'm going to cut off this tail end and pull that through, and then pull that through to the back. So I am going to actually just sew in my tail ends, I think, just while I say to you. So I'm just going to, so you pull the middle one nice and tight, but if you look at each of your petals individually, as you open them up, you can see there are lots of little hearts. So when you've actually made your flower and it's all together, they kind of scrunch up so you can't really tell that they're actually the flowers, the petals, sorry. I've lost one of my petals. There it is. Yeah, so just so that you know, there is obviously lots of help online when you're suffering from a bereavement. Do make sure that you do talk to people. I know everybody takes bereavement in a different way. It depends on how close you were to the person, how shocking it was, the way that they may have passed. So do make sure that you get help and get support wherever you need it, and also make sure you give yourself time. There will be times where you're going to go through waves of it, so you're going to have times, well I did anyway, I got really upset at certain points and I just couldn't stop crying, and then I went through an angry stage. I don't know why I was angry, probably like a bit of fear kind of stuff coming inside there, but you go through lots of different emotions. They're all normal emotions, and some people just don't want to talk about it, and that's okay as well if you don't want to, but don't let yourself get into a state where you're just really not functioning anymore in the world. That's not good for you or for anybody else. So I'm just going to sew these ones. I just sew these ones in individually into the little colour sections, just so that that's nice and neat out of the way. And last little one to do. Okay, so I'm not doing this video, by the way, to try and get any sympathy. I'm trying to do it to be in a supportive way, because I've got my support around me, and I know who I can talk to, and I know who I definitely can't. But yeah, so there we go. So that is a little memory flower. The idea for it came actually because I was thinking about the very first flower that I ever crocheted, and it was all, well, it wasn't really awful, but it was really baggy. I wasn't very good at crocheting, and yeah, and also what I decided to do, so my dad decided that he wanted to be cremated, so I had a little ring made. This has got my dad's ashes inside of it. I don't wear it every day. I can't. It's really strange. But I've got his things there. I've got all the little memories and things obviously as well of him. But there is things that you can do. So if you do want to make yourself a little memory flower, then there you go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. I'm sorry if you have actually had any kind of loss. I feel your pain. Bye for now.